All right, new this morning, many families, I should say, are preparing for their school's new normal, but not everyone will be doing distance learning. 13 Action News anchor Marissa Kinnison takes a look at what schools look like in a pandemic for the rest of the Valley students. Marissa?
Yeah, Kalina, if we look back 100 years at the Spanish flu pandemic, some teachers then actually posted their lessons in newspapers. But we've got a little bit better technology now, right? A lot of teachers will be using Zoom like I'm using right here, right now. But I'm taking a look at how kids all across the Valley will be going to school in the middle of a pandemic.
I had so many friends that public school who called me and are like, what do we do? We're homeschoolers now.
As parents across the Valley prepare for distance learning, some are taking matters into their own hands.
That's one really cool thing about homeschooling is that every family gets to be their own thing.
Laura Runco has been homeschooling her children for several years, but she says she's had several people reach out for help since the pandemic started. Nationally, homeschoolers only make up about 3% of school-aged kids. But according to the National Home Educators Research Institute, that number could be over 10% this year. CCSD says they've seen a steady increase in interest for homeschool even before the pandemic started. But there's other options too.
You get your online classes, you get courses that you have to go through, you do your work at home.
Coy Shelton just graduated from online public school. He says it's a package deal. They send you all the materials, including your laptop, and everything is on one website.
I could pretty much do my schoolwork wherever I was, whenever I wanted to, essentially, aside from classes that I have with my teacher.
Even if your family is doing distance learning, Laura Runco says you can still incorporate some homeschool concepts. She says schedule Zoom lunches with your kids' friends so they don't feel so isolated. Work in some brain and body breaks throughout the day.
When you're at home, there's 8,000 distractions. And so I think incorporating just being able to space things out and take the time to do things.
And she says, lastly, know that learning can happen everywhere.
Now, I did talk to the director of Coy Shelton School, that is the Nevada Virtual Academy. He tells me they've seen a massive increase in interest since the pandemic started. And he says right now they do have a waiting list. Marissa Kinnison, 13 Action News.